You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
You got it locked with D.HALL on the weekend, baby. Ready?
Hello to everybody. Good evening or afternoon. What the heck is it here? It's one of the two. This would be a good evening. It's 4 o'clock in the evening. So we're here. Glad to see y'all. Glad that y'all are aboard with me. Let me get over. I think I gotta scoot over a little bit. I'm kind of like all over the place. Glad to see y'all. It's a Sunday. Um, good, good seeing you. Thank you for coming aboard. You're live with me, D.HALL, of the D.HALL People Show. And I thank y'all for coming on and being here with me right now at this moment. It's another Sunday, so we are here and glad to be here. First of all, I want to say thank to my heavenly Father for letting me be able to come on to you today and bring you another fantastic show and professional uh, uh, fighter that will be joining us here in just a moment. USBF Super Bantamweight champion and his manager Mario Novello. Excuse me, and we will have them here momentarily. But first, before we get into that, this is a video. Um, it's the work of talk and discussion. This is an online talk show that educates adult audiences. Parental advisory is advised. Um, some things may not be censored. Um, Lives are not edited for children. Thank you for coming on. Today is it's combat sports today, but Thursday I'll be back with Shelly B, Southern Soul artist. But today it is. I want to say hello. Today is combat sport. I want to say hello to everybody that has arrived in here with me. Peter McNeely, how you doing? Walter Waite, how are you? I'll see you. Thank you for joining us right now as we talk. We're just waiting on my guest to get in here. Um, this is, it's Sunday's Combat Sports Day, and that's what we do right here with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to see y'all. Glad y'all are here. I hope you're having a great Sunday. I am. How was your weekend so far? It still is the weekend right up now until this point, shall I say. Uh, it's been good for me. We've been rocking and rolling. We turned out. We had a great turnout with James Toney. Um, I think it was last weekend or week before that. I can't remember. Got so much going on. Can't remember everything. But uh, nevertheless, we are here right now. Um, my guest is backstage, but you got to something that's going on. You got to pull on in here, get on in here, click yourself in here. I don't see you right now, Vic. So I'm just waiting um, for you to, push that button and we can get you right on in here. Can't wait for this one. This one here is one that I'm really high on. Thank you, Walter Waite, for bringing him to me and let me get a chance to speak with him. Um, it's great. It's great to have somebody as him. Always great to have all my guests. Period. You know what I'm saying? To be here. Thank y'all for coming in here and being a part of what I do. Just give me a second over here. I'm trying to work so many machines as I talk. Uh, just want to make sure that everything is running right. I'm corrected over here. Uh, a little background noise. Sorry about that, y'all. A little background noise. But as we move forward, um, as I said before, we are waiting. Once my man get in here, we're going to talk with him. He is look. I take on anybody, and this young man's got a story to tell from Vietnam, being in camps, and getting over here to uh, um, the United States, and coming over and being in Charlotte. Um, Hold on, y'all, just a second, please. If you don't mind. Sometimes um, sometimes we run into little knickknacks and we work on those things, but they still come about. I was waiting on his manager to get in here. Uh, I'm waiting on his man, Mr. Norvell. And hopefully he'll be popping in here momentarily. Uh, but as we talk, let's talk about before we give him a little time. Let's talk about the fight that just passed us by. Um, Spence Ugas. What was your thoughts on that? The Spence Ugas fight. Um, Let me know what your thoughts was on that. Was it? What do you think about that fight? I looked at it. I caught some of it. I think I kind of like was in and out on it. But Spence did do the work. I mean, he put the work in and he did a great job of what he did inside the ring. So you know what's next up for him, Terrence Crawford. And the, I mean, that's the biggest fight since Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns. You know what I'm saying? Thomas Hearns. That's what it is. Thomas Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, when you look at the styles, when you look at the styles of each fighter, that's what it reminds you of. That's got to be the biggest fight in the last, I don't know, what, 20 years, shall I say, over here in the States anyway. And probably across the world, you know. Um, you know, like I said, you got, and then you got, did anybody, wait a minute, let me ask this question. Did, is it Canelo? Canelo's fighting. What? This coming up weekend? Is it this coming up? Yeah. Um, I want to say that he and this guy, I don't know anything about this guy that he's fighting, but I know he's a champion. So that tells me something about him anyway. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, but hey, look, let's get ready for that one. I think they had a fight over there in England. What was that Tyson Fury fought? What's the gentleman's name? But did he win? Anybody know if he won? Um, did anybody know if he won? Tyson Fury. Um, uh, did anybody know for sure? I mean, I know it was happening this weekend over there. I guess it was Sky Sports and all that. I didn't know if anybody um, know anything about it. But anyway, here we go. I guess I'm thinking Tyson Fury won. I don't know. Maybe y'all can tell me. We're waiting for our guest to join here, and we're just waiting on him momentarily here. So we're giving him another few, well, 10 to 15 minutes, well, at least 5 minutes anyway. He should be popping up here in a moment. I'm just wondering what y'all got going on for this Sunday. It's Sunday evening, and we're here with you at this present time. So I didn't know what you had cooking. Maybe I can come by and get something. I don't know. uh, uh, Um, hold on just a second. Hold on just a minute. All right, here we go. Let me get. Let me see if I can. Okay, we've got. You got your mic off there. I think you got your mic off. Um, you got your mic. Got to cut your mic on. Your mic. Cut your mic on. Oh shit. Cut your mic. Okay, here we go. Scary. Somebody's mic is not on. Vita, Vic, your mic is not on.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I got you there, Mario. I got.
Awesome.
Um. Okay. Here we go. Vic, your mic is not on. Vic. uh,
Yeah, it should be on right now.
Okay, now it's on. Now it's on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, we're here. We finally got it right. We finally got it right.
Technical difficulties.
All the time, all the time, all the time. Glad y'all are here, man. Y'all are with me, D.HALL, the D.HALL People Show, and I have two gentlemen here today, and this is Combat Sunday. Let me get my mess right here. I can for some reason I can't get right today, but anyway, um, let me move over a little bit like that. Maybe that'll work. All right, here we go. Glad y'all are here. Um, Thank y'all for coming in today. Uh, this is a Sunday where it's always combat sports, and we have a young man and his manager here today. First of all, I want you to tell the people who you are. Vic, you up first. Tell them who you are and where you're from.
Hey, my name is Vit Y. You can just call it Vic. Um, I call myself the King Cobra, and a boxing name. We got to have a nickname of some sort. I'm a professional boxer, record 7-0-1. So far, I've been training with Mario. He's my trainer and my manager as well for professional boxing. So yeah, so far we've been competing and trying to get this wins, man.
Okay, my man, Mario. Tell the people who you are and where you're from.
Absolutely. So I'm Coach Mario. I'm Vit's manager and coach, and I've known Vit for a long time, and we're just going in. We're not going anywhere but the top, to be honest with you. But kind of a little background. I came from Central PA, where I'm from, and landed down here to the big Charlotte, and linked up with Vit, and it's been history ever since.
Got you, guys. I'm glad to have both of y'all on. We had a little technical difficulty, but we worked through that, and we're going to talk a little bit about boxing, about your part of it, Mario. And I'm glad to have you both on. We are broadcasting right now into YouTube, onto Facebook, my fan page, all over into different groups. I want to say hello to some of the people that are here right now. Alicia, hello to you. She's from out of Texas down that way, and she's joining us today. So there's going to be some questions that will be coming from all different directions. So we're going to rock with it. First of all, um, Big, because that's what I'm
Mhm.
gonna call you. I'm gonna call
Yes,
you
sir.
Big.
That's fine. Just don't call me
Okay.
Bob. That sound nothing like Vit.
I want to say this also before we get started. Thank you, Walter Waite, ring announcer. Been knowing him for over 6, 7 years now. I thank him for introducing me to you and Mario on my show today. Thank y'all. Thank him. I mean, uh, uh, look, Vic, you was you know, you came up. You lived in Vietnam,
Yes, sir.
and for 7 years, but you left. You left.
Right.
Okay. Um, Tell us a little bit about that. What happened? You was there, and tell us a little bit because you're different. You come from a different background. Tell us a little bit about your leaving and what it was all about. What it was like.
Oh, absolutely. So just everybody knows a little bit about Vietnam history. Between United States and Vietnam, there was a Vietnam War, and whenever this war, usually it doesn't just dissolve like that.
Right.
It has internal conflicts, things like that. How the people are being treated versus the government officials. How they treat the civilians is not it's not great, all that great. But human rights, they have been working. The United Nations has been working with certain issues all across the world, and
Right. That's right.
but for us, in the meantime, we can't just wait for that magical stuff to happen. So in the meantime, people were being persecuted for religious reason and things like that. Like we're fortunate over here. We're not being persecuted for just because you want to worship this god or that god, whatever. Over here,
Right.
like
Right.
everybody is free.
Free.
So right. So it all came with start with like issue between the Vietnamese communists and our people. We used to live there, and they took over. They overthrew the French, and all those historical war stuff. It never end well. It doesn't change like
Right.
like in a quick instance. It's a slow process, I would
It's a slow
say.
process. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that was kind of like shall I say some Hitler type crap.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely did. So, my dad is it's like the hero in the story of my life, because
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
was a
get it. Yeah.
kid. I was a kid. I was just a young kid, don't know any better. I just go to school and then go to work. That's all I had to do. Go to school, go to work.
Work.
I mean, help my parents, because at the time, actually, matter of fact, my dad he was gone. He
Okay.
left for like 6 months.
Yeah.
He fled from the Vietnamese communists. They were after him because he there were
Mm.
things that he has that they didn't like. Like, for example, this guy still got AK-47.
Oh
That's
wow.
one example, right? Those are war reference. They don't want anybody associated with the Vietnam War, had experience with Vietnam War. Any man that's like is a threat, they want to take you
Yeah.
out.
Take him
Yeah,
out. Oh
yeah.
wow. Wow. You
So
know what this is interesting to me because you're telling me something that happened, and I'm learning a lot. I don't know what the heck is going on that side of the world, but
right,
I am learning something here. And it's amazing because where you come from and how it came about. Got some questions for you. Let me jump right over here right quick. Um, Alicia says, "How did you get the name?" And that's one of the questions I was going to ask. How did you get the name King Cobra?
King Cobra. Oh yeah. I
And,
just thought
and we,
about the
we ain't talking about
snake
the beer
Cobra.
either. We ain't talking
I
about the
just
beer either. Mario.
right. Yeah. I came with the name. Actually, I was reading some interesting facts about the king cobra, how it dances, right? It dances, and at the same,
Hmm.
it's the most venomous snake, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
and it
yeah, yeah.
strikes so fast. It's like it strikes so fast. Like, I like that. I like that. So I was like, let me take that name.
Okay, okay. That's Alicia. That's how he got it. He got the name. I guess. Let me take that name. It's a hell of a snake. And put the damn stuff on you. Put the damn stuff
uh,
on you. I, she said, "What age did you start boxing?"
um, to officially box, I probably started after high school. But I've always wanted to compete. I always wanted to like be a fighter of some sort, because when I was I don't know, probably was like sixth grade, fifth grade, I was bullied in school, and I always wanted to defend myself. That's how it really started. I felt like that was the turning point of my life, where I
Right.
wanted to be a fighter. I want to be able to protect myself, because my
Right.
parents
Yeah.
aren't always there for me. They're not in the school. The teachers not always watching. Like, I'm being cornered by people that are not really friendly, right? So you have to
Right.
be able to protect yourself somehow. So I took that matters into my own hand, that kind of thing. So I felt like that was the turning point for my life. And then, you know, I got introduced into boxing, and I just,
Okay.
I wasn't
Okay.
serious at first with boxing. I was just trying to say, hey, let's stay in shape. Let's be active. And then it just turned out, hey, I could do well with this. It's
Yeah.
let's turn it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And you doing what you love and you're doing what you like,
Yes,
and
sir.
it's exciting for you. Um, I see some. I think Alicia says Light Bright Boxing is a camp that kids can come and learn how to box. Mario, I guess she's talking to you about that.
Yeah, we have a boxing gym in Rock Hill, and we do a lot of community outreach with the kids. I actually have a consortium with the York County, where I work
Hmm.
with the DJJ kids who get in trouble. They come to my gym. They're court ordered to be in my gym for at least 8 weeks. They also have a mentoring
Wow.
piece. They go along, and then they also have some other things they have to do. But the cool thing is, if they finish all their stuff, they get their records expunged and gives them a second
Oh,
chance. But that's just like
great.
one example of what we do with community outreach. But yeah, we work with boxers starting from 7 and up.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's great, man. That's wonderful because they're learning something, and they're getting a second chance. Just what
Yeah.
you just said.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. Walter Waite says, "Do you have close family still in Vietnam? And are you able to visit them without any consequences?" That's Walter asking that question.
Oh yeah, that's a tough one. I'm still struggling trying to get back. Yeah, it's hey, look, listen, I got to get my paperwork in, and then once I become official U.S. citizen, because right now I'm still on my green card.
Right.
I just got to renew and stuff, so I don't feel like I have to do another process and pay extra fees, and it's a little complicated. But
Gotcha.
like, yeah, I still have relatives back in Vietnam. They're still, it's getting
Right.
better. Right now it's not as like crazy as back then where they were strict about, you can't go to this place, that place, and you can't worship this God. They're not as bad anymore. Like, that's because, hey, we're making it happen. We're protesting. We're going to Washington, D.C. We're telling the world, hey, look, the Vietnamese regime
Right.
is abusing us. So we got to speak out, man. We got to stand out for what's not right. We fight for human rights just like anybody else in any part of the nation,
Right. Alicia says, "Do you have any? Did you have any school fights at school? Did you have?"
Yeah. I mean, I can't say I'm proud of it, but it did happen to a point where, I always have this rule, right? If somebody try to mess with me, I don't have to strike first necessarily yet. Second time they keep messing with me, I can just walk away, whatever. But when it comes to a point where they corner me and stuff, I have to defend myself. Like, there's no one to protect me. I have to defend myself.
Exactly.
So like, always try to get away from confrontation. Just ignore it. But if there's
but don't mess with me though. Don't mess with me, right, Mario? Don't mess with me, right?
Yeah.
Up, right?
Yeah, I've gotten trouble in school. It's gonna happen, especially when somebody is bullying you and you they don't know, they don't take the no for an answer, that kind of thing, So a lot of times it's hard to like defend yourself. So like I say, if you have to defend yourself, all means necessary, protect yourself, learn how to punch, learn how to protect yourself, period. Like, I mean, you might get suspended from school. That happened to me. So, but I told the principal, like, you weren't there. You couldn't protect me. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's
You
right.
weren't there. You can protect me. Right now, you only give me this piece of paper, and I put a disciplinary, or what is it called? Disciplinary action. They suspended me for like 2 days and stuff. And I was like, whatever.
I got you. Move right along. This question is popping in. Walter Waite says, "Who is the most successful boxer or all time for the Vietnam? Who's the most successful?"
Vit Y.
Vit
Y.
Yeah. Vit Y. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody else. They probably have like a kickboxer, but not necessarily like American style boxer. Like just with the hands. Maybe something with kickboxing. That's about it.
Okay, kickboxing. Okay, well, all right. That's little kickboxing. Okay,
kickboxing. And punch and kick.
Right. Gotcha. Mario, this question is directed to you. So your camp help kids out to give them a second chance is priceless. That's what she said. It was a statement, I guess she was saying. We'll move on. Walter Waite says, "You're just as much as American as I am." Vic. That's what he said.
Thanks, Walter.
Let's move right along. Where was your mother and your father? When all this was taking place, what where were they at when you was trying to get away from over there?
Oh, you talking about the bullying?
Yeah. All that stuff was going on.
Yeah, I was bullied when I came to the States. So I wasn't bullied in Vietnam. I was like, I don't know, 10 years old at the time, but because I have to learn English from scratch, man. I had to learn ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and I think it's just the kids weren't, they're not used to me, so they assume that I knew kung fu. They know I knew kung fu, so they want to mess with me. You know what I mean? Like I was smart at math. I'm not gonna lie. I was good at math, but not anymore. I used to be good at math. All right.
Oh wow. Okay. Because most of the time when I guess it's in our mind that when we see a Vietnamese or somebody Chinese, they know kung fu.
Yeah. I'll be like, I hate to break it to you, but not everybody in the Shaolin Temple. All right, we got to go to rice field. What else? We got to flip the burgers and rice.
Right. I know that's right. Got a question. I got really look. you crossed the jungle at night.
Yes, sir.
Man, what was going through your mind? What? How did you do that, man? How did you cross the jungle through the night in Vietnam? And what was it like? What was going through your
Man,
mind? How
from
old was you too?
I was like 7 years old. I was going to my second grade. Matter of fact, I remember it was my second day of school, and in the middle of the night, my dad came out of nowhere. This man has been missing for like, I don't know, like almost 6 months, right? He's missing. He used the excuse of, hey, I'm going hunting, because you got to understand at the time, there's no supermarket, there's no food
There's no,
line, none of that,
none of
right?
that,
There's no supermarket.
Oh
You
wow.
want to get meat, you better go hunt, bud. That's how it was. So yeah, man, my dad used to excuse, hey, I'm going hunting, I will be gone for a while. So I was like, man, this man came out of nowhere in the middle of the night, woke me up. He was like, hey, we got to roll. I was like, where we going? I'm like, and what in the world? You've been gone for like 6, 7 months, and now all of a sudden you're here. Like, man, I thought I was dead or something, man. I just see this man. You know what I mean? It was funny because, and then he's like, we got to go. I said, where we going? And he's like, don't worry about it, just get ready. And so we just go ahead and get our clothes and everything, get the small amount of luggage. We just fled that night. We had to go right around, I don't know, 1 a.m. in the morning. It was scary, man. It was a high risk. You could, if you get caught, you would be dead. They're going to shoot you, or they're going to put you in prison of some sort, So
Alicia says, Mario, we get ready to get to you in just a moment after this one. What was your mom and dad like as a parent?
my mom and dad, oh man, my dad is strict. My mom is strict. Like, if I act up, man, like, listen, after school, I'm helping with the farm, dude. I'm helping with the farm. I ain't no just sitting down. Let me flip a little channel, watch a little what's on TV right now. Nah, we had straight to the farm, right?
Okay.
My parents tough. Yeah.
Gotcha. We're gonna come back, Alicia. We're gonna get your question here in a minute, but I want to ask Mario, how long have you been coaching in boxing? How long have you been?
Since 2012, I started opening the gym, and I started out of my actually other gyms, moved to my garage, moved to another facility, and then finally at the facility that we're at.
Wow.
So,
Okay. Where are y'all located at?
In Rock Hill, 1449 Ebenezer Road.
Okay.
So, Rock Hill is a big old city, man. It's the fourth biggest city in South Carolina.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna be down there in June at the South Paul Promotions. They got a fight coming down there.
He'll be on that fight too.
Oh, will you?
Yeah, he'll be fighting us.
Yeah, I'll be there. Mario, is this something that you always wanted to do, or was it just something you fell into?
I love Mike Tyson growing up. Mike Tyson was like, in my eyes, the man. And I loved watching Mike Tyson box, and actually I love playing the video games too. I can't even lie. I love the Mike Tyson punch outs, and just kind of drawn into boxing, man. I wrestled in high school, and it's very similar in the northeastern Pennsylvania where I'm from. Wrestling is huge, and it's like as big as basketball down here, and it's a very combative sport, and so it kind of boxing kind of rolls into a lot of the same workouts, and so when you do wrestling and then you go to boxing, it's a good transition. And I also boxed in the military. I did 6 years in the Army, and I did a tour in Iraq.
Wow! So you was around boxing quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You around boxing. I want to say hello to Jay York. Jay York is the production guy, the promo guy, the advisor, the manager. He is here now checking us out, and he just popped in, and he just said, "What's up to everybody?" And want to say hello. He's the one that did your intro and all that good stuff.
Thank you.
That's cool. I appreciate it. Appreciate that work.
Mario, look, man, how many fighters do you have? A bunch of fighters up on the state?
I have one pro, which is Vit, and then I have a bunch of amateurs.
Okay. Cool.
I firmly believe that the amateur builds that pedigree of the boxer, and when you have a good background amateur, then you can transition to pro really well. Okay, and that's exactly what Vit did.
Okay. Question to you, Vic. Who taught you English? That's what Alicia says. Who taught you English?
Man, I went to all sorts of different curriculum, and I had sponsors, right? That would come every now and then to help us out and learn the English language. So, and for the most part, you just freestyle, man. You just become accustomed. You know what I mean? Okay, like, oh, that's how he say it. And then when I was picking a book, right, I might have like a choppy, broken looking English, and some of my colleagues, my guys were probably laughing at me. But it's all good. I was willing to take that risk and just get out of my
Right.
comfort zone. You know, it's like, I don't care what y'all say, and try to be me, go to my country and learn my language. See how it sounds. You know what I mean? Like I didn't care. I just go with it.
Back to you, Mario. Um, what is your job for the fighter, and how do you help the fighter? What is your job, and how do you help the fighter?
So the main thing I do is the training. I mean, this is the training, but I like to I like to get in the minds of the trainers because I do believe that if you have a very solid mind and you go into boxing, if you beat somebody mentally, they will fall physically. And so we
Right.
talk a lot about that mental talk in boxing that I think a lot of people sometimes miss.
Hmm.
And so I'm just a big believer in that, man. And but mostly what I do is I run the gym. I'm the owner of the gym, and then I also train and manage Vit, and I train and
Wow.
manage the other fighters as well.
I have to come down there. Me and Jay gonna have to come down there and check your
Come on,
gym out, man,
anytime you want to, man. Come on down.
and check you out, check you, see what you got going on.
We are a small but
Um,
mighty gym.
okay, great,
Mhm.
great.
Small but
Um,
mighty. That's right.
being the manager, being the coach, what would you say is the hardest thing for you dealing with the fighter? What is hard? Is there anything hard about it? Anything that's just really just kicks your butt? You're like, what is it? You know?
Well, I would honestly say I think for the most part, not exclusion of Vit, because Vit is exceptional. And Vit has like
Right.
this determination that like no other fighter in our gym has. I mean, he has. I mean, there was one time Vit slept in his car, went to work all night long, slept in his car, went to practice and went home. He's got that level of dedication. But what I do work with my other athletes of like trying to commit themselves, with the exception of Vit, of course. You know, when
Right.
you commit yourself to the sport, you become great. When you're half committing, it's kind of like you're half good. You know?
Right, right. Gotcha. And that's and I gotta agree with you on that. And I'll tell you why I do agree with you on what you just said. It's just like me, I don't have to do the job.
Yes.
I give it everything I got.
Yeah.
When we come on this program, everything whatever me and Jay do, we giving it everything we got. Sometimes we might have to back up and do it all over again. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? To
Absolutely.
make it do what it's supposed to do.
Mhm.
Uh, but that's just a part of whatever you're trying to do in anything. In
Yeah.
anything. Um, you're the manager. You're the coach. What makes a great fighter?
Um, honestly, if a great fighter comes to my gym, what I can see is they work hard, they
Hmm.
want to be there, and they
Hmm.
want to learn. They have an open mindset. You know, like there's
Hmm.
a phrase that goes around in the military: you can't learn anything if your parachute's not open.
Right.
And so, like, if you come into the gym with that mindset of like, I'm going to get better, I'm going to work hard, then you become great. If you come
Right.
to the gym with limited mindset, a
Hmm.
limited growth mindset, and then
Hmm.
you limit your capabilities.
Hmm.
Vit, I've had no problems with that. Vit's came in the gym. He actually came to my gym with 0-2 record, and it's kind of
Hmm.
funny how he came into our gym. He kind of just like came in and like just came in one day with his friend, and then came back in with his friend again, and then it's like eventually his friend didn't come anymore, and Vit kept coming. So,
Right. Right.
but
Right. Right.
but just that coming back, man. That when you come back every time, like and you don't do well in sparring, but guess what? You come back.
Come
You
back.
don't do
Yeah.
well in the practice, but you come back.
But
You
you come
know,
back. Yeah.
because every time you come back, you're gonna break those barriers. You're gonna
Right.
overcome those obstacles that
Right.
people fall short on.
Right. Uh, Alicia says, "Do you train a lot of people, Mario?" Well, I think you train just the amateurs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I train
Yeah.
just one pro, and I train a select amateurs. I mean, like don't get me wrong, our gym trains athletes, right? But
Right.
there's only select athletes in our gym who want to compete, and I would probably say that's probably less than 10. And I like that because I like getting my focus on them, and I love like when Vit's in the gym, right? When he's practicing with us, he doesn't just practice and do his own thing. Him being there, he actually helps the other athletes out. I mean, there's times sometimes where we're working on something, and I see Vit turn over, and he's practicing helping the other athlete get better at
Mhm.
it. But
Good.
I try to keep my the amateurs that I'm training small because I want my full attention on them. I want to
Right.
give them everything I have.
Right. Right. I do believe Peter McNeely was in here earlier. I don't know if he's Peter. Peter, if you're still in, Peter McNeely fought Mike Tyson back
Oh
in,
wow.
oh my God, 95,
Mhm.
something like that. I think Peter's is in here. I just want to say hello to Peter. Peter's a big supporter of me and Jay, and I want to say hello to him also. Um, Here we go. Let's see. So what Walter Waite says, "Thanks. You're welcome, guys. You've been working hard to elevate and build. Don is a listener and a lot better now." All right, Rick. Um, when you this question is, well, it's not a question. We're talking. When you came to the United States, um, was it was tough learning a lot of different things. What was the toughest thing that you had to learn?
The English language, man. That's the toughest. You have to understand. Look, English. Yes, if you compare it to Chinese, right? Yeah, we got this little chicken scratch looking symbol, and it looks complicated, but it's really, if you want to understand the whole symbol and stuff, it probably become easier. But
Right. Right.
luckily for Vietnamese, it's not like that. We use the Roman alphabet because of French influence during the Vietnam War. So
Okay.
I mean, not Vietnam War. Before the Vietnam War, they used to colonize there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
we have the Roman letters like ABCs, and there was some slight minor
Yeah.
differences and stuff. But yeah,
Right.
I'll definitely say that was the
The
hardest thing
hardest
for me
thing.
to learn
Okay.
coming
Okay.
over here. I mean, other than that, just trying to blend in with all the other people. I mean, eventually I made friends.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
got I
Oh, yeah.
got my homies. I got my my Hispanic brothers, and
Sure. Sure.
I was cool with everybody, man. To be honest, I
Great.
wasn't one of those kid that go, oh, I have to hang out with the cool people. I was like, hey, you wear glasses? You watch cartoon? Oh, hey, you cool. Hey, look, come with me, man. I chill with you. I
Gotcha.
wasn't one of those guys that just be so picky.
Yeah.
Like you will see that. Like they actually do this in school where certain guys will only hang out with certain people or a certain group where they feel is cool. You know what I
Cool.
mean?
Right.
It's
Right.
kind of,
Right.
I don't know what it is. It's the
Yeah.
teenage mentality kind of thing. I don't know what it
Right.
is, man.
Mario. Alicia says, "Do you box at all?
Uh,
Do you box?"
yes, I do. Well, I don't box for competition any longer, but I
Right.
do. But I do spar Vic quite a bit, actually. I mean, me and Vic spar a lot. But yes, I did. I did box. I started actually boxing in the military. I'm sorry. I,
Okay.
I started boxing in college and then in the
Okay.
military, and then
Okay.
that's how I kind of had my boxing career.
Okay. Um. Alicia says, "King Cobra, who would you like to box?" I mean, I
Oh,
guess she's talking about when you get into the next level of the WBC,
Like the
WBA.
big dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm thinking about, like, I'm looking for people that are in my weight class, weight
Right.
division.
Right.
Maybe eventually I want to fight the guy Inoue.
Oh,
He's what they
anyway.
call it, the monster. He's
Yeah.
pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I feel like he's way up here. I'm not there
Right.
yet. I gotta
Right.
make my way there.
You got to make your
It's
way.
gonna take
Right.
some time.
Right. Right. It's going to make your way. Tony Burgess, Spring Lake, North Carolina is here. Burgess Boxing Fitness. Uh, me and him was together about a month ago in Fayetteville, and at the show there, the North Carolina Amateur Show.
mhm,
Glad to see him here. Thank you, Tony. He's got a bunch of fighters over there in Spring Lake,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
good to see him. Always good to see him. Um, Here we go. Let me see what we got here. Uh, uh, do any of your friends box? I guess he's saying that to you, Vic. Do any of your friends box?
Yeah, I try to get him into it. Some of them are like dedicated, somewhat, not really,
Your
So
brother.
it's like, yeah, my brother, he's into it, he likes it, but it's like Mario said, man, you can have talent, but like you gotta have also
Yeah,
the
yeah,
the
yeah.
the grit,
Great,
you
yeah,
gotta have
yeah,
that heart, you gotta
yeah.
have that willingness to put
Oh,
in the work. You otherwise it talent can only take you so far, and that's the
there you
truth,
go.
man.
That's it. And you're right. Well, guess. Oh my God, we got the vice president of the USBF here, Damian BMCK. He's here. He's watching you right now. He just popped up. What's happening, Damien? Say something to the guys. I know you're out there. I'm looking right at you, bro. You can't lie to me. Hey, good to see you, Damien. He
Good to
was
see
on a
you.
couple of weeks ago. Him and James Tony was on, his brother. We had a fantastic show. And then he was on before that with the B Lee Management out of West Virginia and his fighter. So he's been on back to back. He's trying to grab all the attention he can get, his greedy self. But anyway, yeah, he's on now. Let's see here. What we got? Uh, man, she is rocking and rolling with these questions. Alicia, how many wins and losses you have, Cobra?
So far I have pro record is 7 wins. I haven't gotten any losses yet. I only have 1 draw. I felt like I got robbed on that draw though. I felt like I got robbed on that draw, but it's whatever, you know. It was he gave me a good fight. You know, I felt like I could have done better. You know, it's growth, man. At the end of the day, I can't change the past. I can only focus from now and the future. That's all I got to focus on.
The vice president says, he said, "What's up, guys? How are you doing? Waiting on your next USBF fight."
Let's do it,
Mario.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That's the question. That was the question I was getting ready to ask. When is his next fight?
We've got a fight coming up actually May 14th in Niagara Falls Casino, the Seneca Casino. He's boxing a guy out of Towanda, New York, Alexander Castellano.
Right.
He's also 7-1 actually is his record, and it should be a really good fight. To be honest with you, he's a little taller than Vit, got a little reach on Vit, but Vit's got a little faster, better angles. You know, he can throw better counters and stuff like that. So it should be a very good fight. But past that, we got a guy we're looking at, Brian Kennedy out of Florida as well, for that June show, and then we have a potential another fight if the Brian Kennedy doesn't work it out with that Tayshawn Altry.
Okay, great. So he's going to be busy here, and you say he is coming in June. We're going to be there in June.
Yeah,
down in Rock Hill,
mm-hmm.
at that fight there. That's a big look like a little big card there from what I can see.
Oh yeah.
So we're definitely going to be there with that.
Mm-hmm. Mike Engler's he's on the main line on that one.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Mike Engler. Yeah, Mike Engler.
We actually just at his gym yesterday doing some sparring.
Oh, great work. Mario, the sponsors. He's got sponsors and all that. Okay, great.
We have a couple local sponsors. We had a 742 North for our last fight, and then for this fight coming up, we do have a Providence Road band. It's a local band. Actually, it's not really a local band. They're pretty well known. They've played for some of the big Charlotte events.
Right.
And I think they actually opened up for Lifehouse too, which is Lifehouse is a mega band. But yeah, Providence Road Band sponsoring us for this next fight coming up. But we're always looking for new sponsors. So, you know, if anybody wants to come out there on the show, would like to sponsor us, we'd be glad to put you on our shorts. That fight in Seneca, we're on the slot, so we may or may not see some ESPN time. But depending on if we do, you know, that's a big old thing for some businesses.
Okay. Alicia's got a question here, and I'm trying to. She says, "Do you have to kiss weight or gain weight, King Cobra? Are you? I guess she's saying, are you like, kind of like you at one weight, and you have to come down? Or so, I'm trying to maybe she can tell it me a little bit different on that. I don't explain it a little bit more. I don't know. So do you have to kiss the weight or gain weight?
I think she's trying to say maybe cut the weight.
Typically
I think she's talking about cutting weight. Yeah, I don't typically try to gain for my fight. I'm not trying to go up anytime soon. Going up is probably down in the future or something, you know, when I'm ready to go to the next division. But for now, I'm just fighting. I'm cutting weight to fight at 123. I'm staying at bantamweight at the moment.
Okay, at the moment you're staying at bantamweight, right? Yeah,
super bantamweight.
We got you. We got you, Alicia. We got it all worked out. Sometimes it takes a little help from me because I'm a little slow.
Oh, good. It's just different language. It's just different language.
Just different language. Something I'm still learning. I'm learning. Who's your favorite fighter?
Oh, for me,
yes, sir.
Oh man, I to be honest, I really don't have like a favorite. You know,
Okay.
I like everybody. I like the old school guys like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, for different attributes. Like I don't really have a favorite, but for if you're talking about the new generation, like right now, I'll say I like Canelo. And I'll say that's the new generation. You know, but the old school one, I would say I like Muhammad Ali. and Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Everybody else, and Roy Jones. I can't
Oh, yeah.
let him go.
Oh,
Man,
yeah,
Roy
Yeah,
Jones.
Roy,
He,
Roy,
yeah.
yeah. Hey, you better say Roy on my show. Don't tie me up.
hey, Roy
Man, they didn't
Jones.
save me. They didn't
Yeah,
save me.
yeah.
Mario,
Yeah.
who's your favorite fighter, man?
You know, I'm like Vit. I mean, I do have a little more specific things, but I like different boxers different way. Like, for example,
Okay.
if we're looking at like Miguel Cotto, right? I love
Right.
how Miguel Cotto comes behind his jab constantly. You know, he's a
Oh
defensive
yeah.
pressure boxer. He
Oh
walks
yeah.
people down. I mean, he had
Oh
a
yeah.
great fight with Mayweather.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of
Oh yeah.
Mayweather, I love Mayweather for his defense. You know, his shoulder
Oh yeah.
roll, his
Oh yeah.
defense. I watch him for that. I like watching Lomo for his feet, Lomachenko feet work, which Vit has very kind of can be similar to his XX style, which is kind of nice. I like oh, I mean, like Marvin Hagler, man. I mean, I just actually
Oh
just
yeah.
watched back
Oh yeah.
Marvin
Oh
Hagler and
yeah.
Hearns. That's I just
Oh
literally
yeah.
was watching that
Oh yeah.
today.
Oh yeah.
Um, Going back and just watching some of those fights. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you
Ooh,
you can take away things from these different fighters, and
you sure can.
when you
You
do
sure
that, like we just try to implement them. You know, I always tell Vit, like, hey, like maybe watch this guy, this guy, this guy, not for like a because we love him, but look at the feet work here, or look at what he
can. Right.
does here. You know,
Right.
because I think you can just take away these different fighters in like bits and pieces. Like, of course, Roy. I mean, Roy is so athletic, man. When his day, like he was that pull two was beautiful,
Oh yeah.
beautiful
Oh
pull
yeah.
two,
Oh
and
yeah.
so we
Oh
watch stuff like that and try to mimic some of those styles.
yeah. Great. Great. Oh, here we go. Vic, you're married. You work. You're boxing. You got
Yes, sir.
kids. Man, how do you juggle all that stuff, man? Golly, man, we
Hey,
just
uh,
juggling.
hey, look, I could make excuses or make take some action. You know, is
Right.
that's it. All come down to the you gotta chart it. You know, it's kind of chunk it up. You can't really put it evenly. Of course, you know you only got 24 hours a day. You can't just put like, oh yeah, let me put 5 hour here, 5 hour here. It doesn't work like that.
It
Like
don't work that way,
sometimes,
right?
yeah, you have to. In the meantime, right
Mario.
now, I have to be like spending 8 hours automatic for a day job. You know, but yeah, we got to make it work somehow, man. Like you have the hunger. You got to prove it to yourself and to your to sport you're trying to dedicate to. You know, you got to prove
Yeah.
it to yourself and the sport. Like how are you going to do that? And you got to make it work. And
Right.
instead of excusing yourself, just do it. Be
Just do it.
Nike, just do it. Hey,
Just
they're
do
not
it. That's
sponsoring me. Hey, just do it.
Here we go. Got a question for you, Mario. Here we go.
Yeah.
Alicia says, "Do you train any girls?"
Absolutely, absolutely do. We have a girl named Breland. She actually has a fight May 14th, the day after Vit's fight down in Darlington on the Larry Frazier's amateur show.
Really?
Yeah, she's 13. She's about 105 pounds. We're always looking for fights. So if anybody on here knows any girls, we're looking for fights for her. She's a
Right.
monster, to be honest. I mean, young girl, 13. She's
Okay.
a monster in the ring. And we have a
Wow.
Sasha Barber, who's also a female who boxes at like the one, I think it's 178 up for females. And she is really good. She is counter boxer to a T.
Right.
Beautiful counter hooks.
Right. All right. Here we go. We're winding it down now. Vic, what would you tell somebody if they're coming into boxing and they just got into it? What would you be your advice to them?
If they're new, like totally new,
No,
like they
totally.
never.
Yeah.
Okay, I would tell them, just taste it. You know, just give it a little taste. Just put your feet in the water. Just touch it. Just
Right.
feel it. Don't be critical. Don't judge too soon of yourself because you're already coming. I don't know your history, right? I wouldn't be able to tell them like something. They could have their when a new person comes in, they have some kind of story behind it, right?
Right.
Something that they're going through that we have no clue about until they actually talk and explain to you. So sometimes I just like, hey man, just put your feet in the water, learn a few tricks here and there, and if it clicks with you, continue, and just see where it go, and then from there,
Right.
all sorts of different opportunity comes your way, But a lot of time, we have different kids coming in,
Mhm.
I know one kid. I'm not gonna say his name
Right.
specifically, but he went through a lot of trouble. He got into a lot of trouble, made bad decision. But man, after he just come hang with us, like we just kind of like tell him, some good. We planting some good seeds, man. You know what I mean? We
Right.
want him to grow. We want him to be a better person, better human being, and treat others with respect. We're not just like, hey, I'm this big bad and I can punch you in the face kind of guy. That's not what we are about. So
Right.
yeah, we teach you how to punch, how
Punch.
to use mechanics, but you also
Right.
got to be that person who is like, I'm in this situation. If I have to fight this guy, I can beat him easy, and
Right.
I don't have to prove anything. You know what I mean? I'm strong. I already know what I'm capable of. So I feel like different people that comes in there, they have different stories, they have different
Mhm.
challenges, and we're just another outlet that help support them in some kind of way. We don't know what people go through, man.
Right. That's right, man. And you said it right. You said it. You hit it right on just the head. You don't know what these people going through. Just
Yeah.
another outlet, just like you said, and to help them and release whatever they've got on, inside of them. So yeah, I got you on that. I got you on that. Um, Mario, what do you think could make boxing much better? What do you think in your mind could make it much better?
The sport itself, or the
Well,
organization part of it?
well, I
What do you
think
think?
the overall sport across the world.
Okay. So I do know that USA Boxing has done a lot of improvements in the last
Hmm.
5 years, which has been a blessing. They kind
Hmm.
of ramped up to like more the 21st century, have more electronical stuff, because everything was snail mail before,
Hmm.
and that was is I don't know, as a couple of years it's still using mail, and I think we had technology now to use the internet. So I love to see that. But as far as that, man, it takes good coaches, and there's a lot
Right.
of good coaches. I mean, there's a heck of a great hell of good coaches down here in South Carolina where we're from that I've
Hmm.
met personally, but it just takes a good coach who cares. If
Right.
that coach cares, man, that in itself helps boxing in general. If you got
Right.
somebody dedicated like to the kids, I mean that want to put out a program, like I know there's Hangison down in Aiken, they do a fantastic job with those kids down there. It just takes a good coach who cares to make the sport of boxing
Wow.
better.
And it does, man. I mean, I understand what you're saying. It takes a person that is, like you said, that cares and dedicated for the person, for the kids, and to show them because boxing is a it's like it's a teaching you something. It's
Yep.
teaching you, responsibility,
Hmm.
dedication, heart. It's teaching you so many different things for a kid.
Hmm.
He ain't got to go out and be a fighter. It's just discipline.
Yep.
That's all
Mhm.
it's about.
Yep.
That's all it's about.
Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna get ready to close the show. How can they follow you, Vic? How can they watch you and whatever they want to do and catch up with you, man?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have Instagram. They can follow me at King Cobra 92, or they can also see some YouTube. Yeah, if they find my
Oh,
name
okay,
VITY King Cobra, they should be able to see some video of my previous fights
okay,
in the pro
okay.
world. So yeah,
Mario,
or they can follow me on Facebook. Just find my
okay,
name
just follow you.
VY.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
they
you.
should be able to see me.
Mario, you got to. How can
Oh,
they?
absolutely. Yeah, we got a lot of social media handles. We're like you, man. We try to put that seed out there constantly.
I know that's right, man. You got to get it out there. They won't know
You
nothing
have
about
to.
you.
Yeah, man. But it's a light bright boxing. LAGHT boxing. I mean, you
Right.
just search it on YouTube. I mean, you'll
Okay.
find us everywhere on all
Okay.
socials. You'll see me promoting him. We
Right.
do a lot of stuff with Southpaw Promotions too. I do want to kind of mention those guys.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Southpaw. Oh yeah. Matter of
they
fact,
do.
Billy Blee is coming on next month.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
great guy.
Billy's coming on next month before the fight. We're gonna have him on and talking with him. Yeah,
That's
we'll have him
awesome.
on.
Yeah, that's we do a
Yeah.
lot of like social media marketing for our lightweight boxing, but Vit, performs a lot on his cards, and so you can kind of catch some of his stuff on there.
Okay. Okay.
But light
That
bright boxing.
light bite boxing. Uh,
Yes.
Damien said, y'all. Damien said, guys, contact him when y'all are
Please.
ready.
Yes.
I guess to come up that way.
Hmm.
Um, to fight. And any questions for me?
Man, I just really appreciate you having us on. Like, I know like Walter Wade made the connection and everything, but I just really appreciate it because this young man right beside us, he has a story. He has a history that a lot of people don't normally see, and you don't see it until you know who he is.
Right.
When you find out who this guy is, you fall in love because man, his story is amazing. I mean, he's coming from literally fleeing communists, coming to American, living the American dream. I mean,
Dream. That's
we
right.
we we were trying to go to the Olympics and we couldn't even get to the Olympics because he was a refugee status. And so I was
Wow.
like, Vit, you want to go pro, man? He's like, yeah, let's do it. And so we're literally just living the American dream
Make
with
a
this guy right
dream.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, Vic, anything you want to say to me?
Yeah,
Questions?
I want to, thank you for giving this opportunity, for me to tell the world, who the King Cobra is,
Yeah.
and
Oh
I'm
yeah. Oh
trying,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get
Oh
this,
yeah.
this wins and try to be the next champion.
Yeah.
I'm already the USBF champion. But it's no stopping point. You got to keep going to the top. Like you keep
Right.
escalating to the top. So I mean, I started from
That's
humble
right, Jay.
beginning. I made a lot of sacrifices. I like Coach said. I did lose a couple of sleep. I used to work third shift. It's hard to sleep.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
I didn't want to make any excuses. I was
Right.
like, I'm hungry. I want to get this. I want to get myself together. I'm gonna get it right. If there's anybody out there that's willing to help push me, and I see Mario, and hey, he's the right coach, man. He doesn't feed me anything negative, and he's like my mentor, my coach, it's almost like a spiritual brother, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
have somebody like that is important in your life, like for anybody in general, like kids, youth, they need those, man. Those are the kind of people you want to be surrounded about, not those people that just belittle you to talk stuff bad about you behind your back. We
Yeah.
got to get off of that. We got to be more of the people that built you, help build. They say it's easier to destroy than it is to build.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it takes second to destroy. It takes years to build. And I when I see something like that, I'm sticking with it. That's how I flow. If that makes sense. But I appreciate you for
Oh yeah.
putting us in
Oh
this
yeah.
show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hopefully we can do this again at some
Sure,
point.
sure, yeah, yeah. Hey, we're gonna come back. We're gonna bring you back. I always bring my guests back. They always want to come back, and we make sure we get them on. Um, Jamie Prentice has started from the bottom. Now we're here. All
Hey, that's
right,
a song, right? That's a
yeah,
song.
Drake reference. Yes, it is.
that's it. Before I go, I'm gonna ask both of you guys, what does the D.HALL People Show and J York Productions mean to you? Start with you, Vic.
um to me, it sounds like a very cool community type. It's like let the people in the community know about what we're doing, what's going
Right.
on here, and it's like keeping us on the same page, kind of like be aware of each other, where we support. It seems like a really cool outlet that we can serve each other,
Yeah. Yeah.
like I mean, I'm not making money off this or anything like that, but you know what I mean. But it's cool. I think it's cool. We get to
Yeah.
know each other. It's almost
Oh
like
yeah.
I'm talking to you face to face right now in person, but
Yeah.
except we're on a 200
Yeah.
couple
Yeah.
miles apart,
Well, yeah, yeah.
distance.
I'm in Raleigh, so But same thing to you.
You know
What does
what,
the
man?
D.HALL People Show?
When I met you first and kind of Walter Ray connects, I was like, man, this guy's he's hustling. He's hustling just like we are. And I really appreciate you actually giving us the outlet. I really appreciate you giving these young fighters the outlet. Like I know you have
Oh yeah.
Michael Williams Sr. on here, some of the other boxers and the Southeast, because sometimes I feel like the Southeast doesn't get a lot of the
Recognized.
boxing.
Yeah.
It doesn't get recognized. And
Yeah.
just
That's right.
because of the Southeast does not mean that just because your geographical location doesn't mean that you're a terrible boxer by any standards. I mean, we're going to New York and we're planning on bringing some bad news to that boxer up there, who's the home crowd
I
favorite.
know that's right.
And I'm serious about that. So, but I really appreciate the D-Hall
Yeah.
and your show to like give us the
Thank you.
opportunity, because
Thank you.
people need those outlets, man.
Yeah.
Somebody like Vit, he needs those outlets to get out.
Yeah, that's right, man. And that's what we're here for. Me and Jay here to help the people and get the people that's, like in the middle or either bottom,
Yep.
out. And that's what we do. Because we push this thing into all these groups, and it's on YouTube right now. We speak. So we're doing everything we can to help you. And man, I appreciate y'all guys for coming on, man.
Thanks, man.
See you June, brother.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for coming
Thank
on,
you.
man.
Thank you.
All right. See y'all
Take
later,
care.
brother. Take
See
care.
you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank y'all. I'm gonna see y'all Thursday. We'll be back Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Shelly Beats coming on. Southern Soul artist. Get ready for that one. I thank y'all for coming on. I gotta go. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you, Jay York, for being a part of what we do, and everybody else that came aboard. I thank y'all so much, man, for being on my show and watching me. We'll see y'all later.
You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
You got it locked with D.HALL on the weekend, baby. Ready? Ready?
Production.